This video showcases the top 10 questions that I've been asked about my recent journey of walking the French Way. I have a lot of long-distance walking experience. Since 2001, I have walked over 22,000 kilometers on numerous trails on 5 continents. The things I've learned over the years helped me during my recent Camino walk. So here are the top 10 questions with answers, in no particular order. Question 1. What accommodation options are available on the Camino? There are plenty of accommodation options on the French Way, catering for all budgets and accommodation preferences. Hotels with private rooms and bathrooms, albergues, hostels, or pensions, where you have multiple options. A private room with either a private or shared bathroom, or a bunk space in a communal room. Albergues are the social hub on the Camino, and generally have a great atmosphere. Many albergues work on a first-come, first-served basis, so it's not always possible to book in advance. You have to physically be there to book your spot. However, some albergues do offer bookings in advance, so do your research and plan accordingly. Most accommodations offer some sort of breakfast, from the basic breakfast to a full buffet. Sometimes it's included, and other times you have to pay extra. Prices for accommodation range for over 100 euros per night to 8 euros for a bunk space. Question 2. Where can you eat along the route? There are plenty of places to eat along the French Way, with many options right along the route. A multitude of options, from local delicacies, sandwiches, pasta, pizza, and the popular and generous 3-course pilgrim menu. This feast is designed for Camino travelers. It consists of a first course like pasta or salad or my favorite, lentils. The second course is slightly larger and includes a dish with meat or fish, fried potatoes, or salad. Third course is a small dessert. I usually get the ice cream, plus bread and bottled water or wine. This generous meal is great value and usually costs between 12 to 15 euros. Be aware that many restaurants close during the middle of the day. Some small towns might only have one place to stop and grab something to eat, so plan accordingly. Question 3. Where do you find water on the French Way? It is very easy to manage your hydration on the French Way, with plenty of locations to get water. Placards and signs are usually present, letting you know if the water is safe to drink or not. You can also pick up water at cafes, restaurants, your accommodation, and sometimes locals even leave out cold water for Camino travelers. I did carry some water treatment tablets with me for emergencies, or if I felt the water along the route might need to be treated. Fortunately, I never had to use the tablets. Question 4. What did I pack and carry on my journey? For this journey, I chose a 38-liter lightweight and comfortable backpack, and carried a 2-liter hydration bladder, collapsible 1-liter water bottle, pack rain cover, and trekking poles. Every day walking, I wore a pair of pants with a belt, short sleeve and long sleeve shirts, briefs, wool socks, lightweight trail shoes, and a watch. Depending on the day and weather forecast, I would carry a warm light fleece top, vest, rain jacket and pants, lightweight synthetic jacket, long underwear bottoms, shorts, cap, sun hat, fleece beanie, lightweight gloves, phone, battery pack, wallet, small medical kit, sunglasses and case, headlamp, lip balm, sun cream, and the all-important hand sanitizer. Plus the needed video production equipment to capture this journey. I also brought an extra set of walking clothes, town clothes with a change of footwear, and additional video gear for the documentary. Because of all this extra gear, I took advantage of the luggage transport services along the Camino. I paid for this extra bag to be picked up and delivered to my next accommodation each day. There are plenty of companies available, and costs range from 5 euros to 10 euros per day. I used Correios and was very happy with their service. Question 5. When did I walk the route and how was the weather? I walked the French Way in April and May 2023. I was very lucky with the weather overall, except the first 2 days. I started my journey walking over the Pyrenees Mountains in a spring storm of just above freezing temperatures, driving rain, and 80-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts. Day 2, it rained the entire day. After that, the weather was incredible. I only had a short rain shower one other day while walking the entire route. I don't think having that many days of blue skies and sunshine is normal on the French Way, but I was delighted I had them. This time of year, the mornings are cool, sometimes cold, but by the afternoon, the weather was warm. Most days, the morning temperatures would be around 6 to 8 degrees Celsius, or 43 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Daytime temperatures were usually around 22 to 25 degrees Celsius, or 71 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The coldest temperature was just above freezing, and the highest temperature reached 31 degrees Celsius, or 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Overall, I thought the temperatures were perfect for walking. Question 6. Did I use trekking poles? I did bring and use trekking poles for my journey. I found them to be very useful in some parts of the route. For long distance routes, I usually recommend carrying trekking poles. Using poles in adverse weather, steep and uneven terrain gives you extra points of contact with the ground and can take a bit of pressure off your knees and the rest of your body. I carried my poles the entire trip and used them 20% of the time. I know walkers that use their poles nearly every day and others that didn't use trekking poles at all. So it's really personal preference as to whether or not to use trekking poles on the route. I brought them on the 850-kilometer journey and was delighted I made that decision. Question 7. Is the Camino easy to follow, or can you get lost? Finding your way on the French Way is easy for the most part. The Camino de Santiago, or Way of St. James, is well marked with stone markers, painted arrows on the ground and on walls, Camino symbols in urban areas, and visible signs scattered along the landscape. When you get to a junction, just look around and you should find a marker or sign pointing you in the right direction. There are many locations on the French Way where the Camino splits. One direction is the Camino Principal, or main way, and the other direction is the Camino Complementario, or supplemental way. Both ways are official routes. I've noticed that the supplemental way tends to be longer but more scenic, quieter, safer, guiding walkers away from walking on or beside busy roads. Question 8. Is it safe to walk the route solo, particularly for female walkers? I walked solo on this journey, and it was completely safe for me to do so. I met and spoke with many people who walked the Camino solo, and they said that they loved the experience. The thing is that even if you're walking solo, you're never really alone out there. Every day you have the opportunity to meet with, chat, and walk with other walkers. You can walk with people for a few minutes, a couple hours, or even for the rest of the day. I've been asked many times, is it safe for female walkers to walk solo on the French Way? While I can't speak from personal experience, I did ask this question to many female solo walkers. Every solo female walker told me they felt safe. They had no issues and they enjoyed their experience of walking solo. They said just to be smart, especially in larger towns and busier cities, and recommended doing a bit of research on solo walking. They said that there's a lot of information online for female walkers. Question 9. What were my favorite locations or sections on the French Way? Well, this is a tough question. There are so many amazing locations along the French Way. But if I had to mention a few, I would have to start off with the Pyrenees Mountains. Yes, I walked over them in horrendous weather conditions, but still loved the experience. I could only imagine how impressive the views would be in good weather. Next would be seeing Alto del Perdón. This place is one of the first images I ever saw about the French Way, so it was amazing to experience this place firsthand. The first few days of walking through the Meseta was remarkable. I love the open rolling landscape of countless shades of green. Having the opportunity to walk through it and capture the area with my drone was amazing. I love seeing the monasteries of Santa Maria la Real and San Chen de Samos. Those places were spectacular. Walking across the bridge of Hospital de Órbigo was incredible. It's an amazing feeling walking across something that has aided Camino travelers since the 13th century. Having the opportunity to experience Leon Cathedral both inside and outside was so special. I loved that I was able to capture the sunrise there. One of the most moving experiences I had during my journey was feeling the sunrise at O Cebreiro. It was one of my favorite mornings on the route. And of course, standing in front of the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela was unforgettable. The buzz and energy of Camino travelers, and the fact that it was the end of my 37-day journey, definitely made this one of my favorite spots on the entire French Way. Question 10. What type of footwear did I wear for my journey? For my journey, I chose to use a lightweight trail shoe. After a lot of research, I decided on a shoe by Altra Running. I wanted a shoe with good traction, that was super comfortable, with solid cushioning, was breathable, and that would hopefully hold up to my 800+ kilometer journey. Before each long distance walking journey, I consider the terrain that I'm going to be walking in, my daily pack weight, the total distance I will walk, and the weather I might face. So for the French Way, I figured this lightweight shoe would work, and it did. To be honest, the first day walking past snow in the Pyrenees Mountains, I wish I had waterproof leather boots, but that wasn't the case, and I knew the miserable weather wouldn't last. I spoke with other walkers. Some wore proper leather boots, others wore basic running shoes, and they were all happy with the footwear they had chosen. I even met someone who walked barefoot parts of the day. The most important thing when selecting footwear is to choose a shoe or boot that is comfortable for you. I hope you enjoyed this information video answering the top 10 questions about my experience of walking the French Way. For more information about walking this Camino, check out my Buen Camino Walking the French Way documentary on my Flagler Films YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and Buen Camino.